Welcome to day 88 of 7:30. Today we're reading chapter 24 of Leviticus and also the first 7 verses of chapter 25. From the New Living Translation, they read, "The Lord said to Moses to command the people of Israel to bring you pure oil of pressed olives for the light to keep the lamps burning continually." 3. This is a lamp stand that stands in the tabernacle in front of the inner curtain that shields the ark of the covenant. Aaron must keep the lamps burning in the Lord's presence all night. This is a permanent law for you. It must be observed from generation to generation. For Aaron and the priests must tend the lamps on the pure uh, gold lampstand continually in the Lord's presence. 5. You must bake 12 loaves of bread from choice flour, using 4 quarts of flour for each loaf. Place the bread before the Lord on the pure gold table and arrange the loaves in 2 rows with 6 loaves in each row. 7. Put some pure frankincense near each row to serve as a representative offering, a special gift presented to the Lord. 8. Every Sabbath day, this bread must be laid out before the Lord. The bread is to be received from the people of Israel as a requirement of the eternal covenant. 9. The loaves of bread will belong to Aaron and his descendants, who must eat them in the sacred place, for they are most holy. It is the permanent right of the priest to claim this portion of the special gifts presented to the Lord. 10. One day, a man who had an Israelite mother and an Egyptian father came out of the tent and got into a fight with one of the Israelites' men. 11. During this fight, the son of an Israelite woman blasphemed the name of the Lord, which with a curse. So the man was brought to Moses for judgment. His mother was uh, Shelomith, the daughter of Dibri, of the tribe of Dan. 12. They kept the man in custody until the Lord's will in the matter should become clear to them. 13. Then the Lord said to Moses, 14, take the blasphemer outside the camp and tell all those who heard the curse to lay their hands on his head. Then let the entire community stone him to death. 15. Say to the people of Israel, those who curse their God will be punished for their sin. 16. Anyone who blasphemes the name of the Lord must be stoned to death by the whole community of Israel. Any native born Israelite or foreigner among you who blasphemed the name of the Lord must be put to death. 17. Anyone who takes another person's life must be put to death. 18. Anyone who kills another person's animal must pay for it in full. A live animal for the animal that was killed. 19. Anyone who injures another person must be dealt with according to the injury inflicted. 20. A fracture for a fracture, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Whatever anyone does to injure another person must be paid back in kind. 21. Whoever kills an animal must pay for it in full, but whoever kills another person must be put to death. 22. This same standard applies both to the native born Israelites and to the foreigners living among you. I am the Lord your God. 23. After Moses gave all these instructions to the Israelites, they took the blasphemer outside the camp and stoned him to death. The Israelites did just as the Lord had commanded them. Chapter 25. While Moses was on Mount Sinai, the Lord said to him to give the following instructions to the people of Israel. When you have entered the land I am giving you, the land itself must observe a Sabbath rest before the Lord every seventh year. 3. For 6 years you must plant your fields and prune your vineyards and harvest your crops. 4. But during the seventh year the land must have a Sabbath year of complete rest. It is the Lord's Sabbath. Do not plant your fields or prune your vineyards during that year. 5. And don't store away the crops that grow on their own, or gather the grapes from your unpruned vines. The land must have a year of complete rest. 6. But you may eat whatever the land produces on its own during its Sabbath. This applies to you, your male and female servants, your hired workers and the temporary residents who live with you. 7. Your livestock and the wild animals in your land will also be allowed to eat what the land produces. So, in addition, that is 8, we continue. You must count off 7 Sabbath years, 7 sets of 7 years, adding up to 49 years in all. 9. Then on the Day of Atonement in the 50th year, blow the ram's horn loud and long throughout the land. 10. Set this year apart as holy, a time to proclaim freedom throughout the land for all who live there. It will be a jubilee year for you, when each of you may return to the land that belonged to your ancestors and return to your own clan. This 50th year will be a jubilee year for you. During that year, you must not plant your fields or store away any of the crops that grow on their own, and don't gather the grapes from your unpruned vines. It will be a jubilee for you, and you must keep it holy. But you may eat whatever the land produces on its own. 13. In the year of Jubilee, each of you may return to the land that belonged to your ancestors. We went until verse 13, and we'll continue the next day. Until then, God bless.